On Tuesday, Apple did something only one company in history had ever done before it. It touched a $5 trillion market value, the second company ever to get there, after Nvidia. But here is the strange part. Apple pulled it off while barely spending a dime on the one thing the entire tech world is betting everything on: artificial intelligence. Think about how weird that is. Right now, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta are on track to spend as much as $725 billion this year building data centers, buying chips, racing to win AI. Apple's budget for that same build-out? Somewhere around $13 to $14 billion. Its rivals are outspending it by roughly 50 to 1. And yet, Apple is the one that just hit $5 trillion. So how does a company win the money game while sitting out the biggest technology race of the decade? That is what this video is about, and the answer is a masterclass in how Apple actually makes money. Start with the thing everyone underestimates: the installed base. There are more than 2 billion active Apple devices on the planet. 2 billion iPhones, iPads, watches, and Macs, all locked into one account, one app store, one wallet. That base is the real product. Apple does not need to win AI to make money from it. It just needs those 2 billion people to keep paying. And increasingly, they do not pay for hardware. They pay for services. This is the engine. Apple's services business, the App Store, iCloud, Apple Music, subscriptions, payments, and advertising, now brings in close to $100 billion a year. And here is why Wall Street loves it. Selling an iPhone earns Apple a gross margin of about 35%. Services, around 73%. Every dollar of services is worth more than $2 of hardware in pure profit. Apple quietly turned itself from a gadget company into a subscription machine, now the single most incredible line in Apple's finances. Google pays Apple roughly $20 billion every single year just to be the default search engine on the iPhone. That is it. Apple does nothing. It does not build a search engine, does not run the servers, does not spend a cent. It simply leaves a box checked, and Google wires it about $20 billion a year. That payment is almost pure profit, and on its own it is about a fifth of Apple's entire services revenue. Now sit with the irony. The AI boom is supposed to threaten Google search, and Google's payment to Apple is one of the fattest, easiest profit streams in all of business. If AI ever does break search, that $20 billion check is the thing most at risk. For now, regulators have circled it, courts have poked at it, and it has survived. Apple keeps cashing it. Then there is the money machine most people never see: buybacks. In its last fiscal year, Apple handed shareholders more than $100 billion, and its board just authorized another $100 billion to buy back its own stock. When a company buys back shares, it shrinks the number of slices the pie is cut into, so each remaining share is worth more automatically. Apple has spent years quietly shrinking itself into a higher stock price. Put it all together and the picture snaps into focus: 2 billion locked-in customers, a $100 billion services river at 70+% margins, a $20 billion check from Google for doing nothing, and a $100 billion buyback that lifts the stock every year. Apple is not really a phone company anymore. It is a toll booth, and it collects the toll whether or not it ever wins AI. Which brings us back to the big question: why is Apple spending 50 times less than its rivals on AI? Is it asleep at the wheel? Maybe not. Maybe it is the smartest bet on the board. Here is the logic. Building AI is brutally expensive, and nobody yet knows who gets paid. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta are spending $750 billion this year on data centers that may take a decade to earn it back. Apple looked at that and basically said, let them build the railroad. We own the last mile, the device already in your pocket. When the AI actually works, it has to reach people somehow, and it reaches them through the iPhone. So instead of building its own giant models, Apple rents. Earlier this year, it struck a deal to put Google's Gemini AI inside the iPhone, reportedly for around $1 billion a year. Compare that to the hundreds of billions its rivals are burning. Apple gets to offer cutting-edge AI to 2 billion people, and it pays a rounding error to do it. Let someone else eat the cost and the risk. Apple takes the distribution. This is the part that matters for anyone trying to understand where the money really flows in the AI boom. The companies spending the most are not guaranteed to make the most. The chip sellers get paid up front. The owners of distribution, the ones who own the customer, get paid at the end over and over. Apple owns the customer. That is why it can afford to move last. But, and this is a real but, moving last is a bet, not a guarantee. If AI becomes so good that people start talking to an assistant instead of tapping an app, the iPhone stops being the gateway and becomes just glass. That is the Nokia nightmare. Dominant, profitable, and then suddenly irrelevant because the thing people actually wanted moved somewhere else. Apple is betting that never happens fast enough to matter. Its rivals are betting it happens soon. So $5 trillion is not really a bet on Apple's AI. It is a bet on Apple's grip on 2 billion devices, a $100 billion services habit, and a $20 billion check that keeps clearing. As long as that grip holds, Apple can watch everyone else spend the trillion and still come out on top. The day the grip slips is the day the whole thesis breaks, and that is the real lesson hiding inside this week's headline. The most valuable company on earth got there not by winning the future, but by owning the present so completely that it can rent the future for pocket change. The question worth asking is whether that is genius or whether Apple is the last great company to mistake a moat for a fortress. So, what do you think? Is Apple's refusal to join the AI spending race brilliant discipline or the next Nokia moment? Tell me in the comments. If this made the money make sense, subscribe to Mind Blitz. We break down the biggest moves in AI and money every single day. And if you want the other half of this story, why everyone else is spending so much that they are quietly passing the bill to you, watch our last deep dive. Why your electricity bill is paying for AI data centers. I will see you there.